What's goody, everybody? It's Keem, and I'm back with my tale of the day. Welcome to episode 49. Thank you for being with me. This is a two-part special. And I just want to start off with saying Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to all of my LGBTQI plus community. We are worthy, we are powerful, we are strong, we are successful, we belong to be here, we are important, we are bomb as fuck, we are cool as fuck, and we are present. I know that with Ms. Rona, Ms. COVID-19 still being here, it puts a damper on the actual festivities, the actual parades of Pride that happens every year between this time. So no, it's definitely a little different. It's definitely a bummer. We can't even do the AIDS walk or anything like that. But that doesn't mean that changes are still not happening. That doesn't mean that the fight is over. It just means that next year we have to go even harder to celebrate our people. But even though we should still do that on a regular basis, we shouldn't wait for a parade or a national day to do that. We should do that on a regular basis. So let's get into it. It's Pride Month. And usually on my Pride Month or around Pride Month, I'm getting my nice outfit for Pride. I'm just getting ready to look bomb as fuck and just enjoy myself, walk in the actual parade march, and just be my fantastic self. Unfortunately, I can't do that. So I want to kind of drop some knowledge on you about a community and about how far we've come. I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but lately we just got a law passed that for our community, for the LGBTQI plus community, we cannot be discriminated against in the workplace. That's big. Is that enough? No, it's not enough. But that means we're going towards the right direction to complete free of discrimination, free of hatred, free of other people's opinions on our lives, because our lives matter just as much as everyone else's lives. Let's get into some important people and important cases. There was 3 important cases that helped us get to this verdict, this wonderful, amazing verdict. It was Anime Stephens, Gerald Bostock, and Donald Zodar. If I'm mispronouncing the names, I'm sorry, but let's get into Gerald Bostock. In 2013, he was fired. He managed the court-appointed Special Advocates Program in Clinton County, Georgia, and in which he trained and assigned volunteers to represent children experiencing abuse and neglect. Bostock casually revealed to colleagues that he played in a local gay softball league. And we know how that ended. He was fired, certainly. But we already knew what that was for, because they didn't understand. It's not even like he said he was gay, but because he played in a gay league. He associated with the gay community. He could have been an ally. He could have been gay. That does not mean that he deserves to be fired because of who he likes and who he was going to be. So that went to court. Mr. Donald, in 2010, was fired. He was a professional skydiver that oftentimes led people to train skydiving During a jump, he revealed to a female student that he was gay, and in an effort to make her feel more comfortable with their paroxysity and contact. He tried to make her feel comfortable by them being so close together. And by him doing that, he was fired after that jump. And Miss Amy Stephens was fired in 2013. She worked as an embalmer and a funeral home director for years at R.G and G.R. Harris Funeral Homes in Livonia, Missouri. In 2013, she informed her boss she was transitioning from male to female and would then be adhering to the female dress code. Unlike just like Donald and Gerald, she unfortunately had the same situation where she was fired suddenly. So yes, we absolutely won. They cannot discriminate against us in the workforce. However, right before that, 29 states was okay with this discrimination. 29 of the 50 states was okay with firing people because of their sexual orientation and their sexual identity as human beings. That's a problem. 29. Let's get into Marsha's gate. Marsha P. Johnson. She was a great activist who threw the first stone in Stonewall Riot of 1969. That started or helped to start the equality of the LGBTQI community. Who knows who Bayard Rustin is? He was the brains of the civil rights movement. Right underneath and side by side of Dr. Martin Luther King. What about Storm DeVarley? She helped ignite the Stonewall riots. What about Karl Heinrich Eagles? He was the first gay person to publicly speak out for homosexual rights. What about Barbara Gittings? Was the prominent member of the American Psychiatric Association to fight to get homosexuality removed from the list of psychotic disorders. If I didn't know, way back when they thought that this was a disorder, a mental disorder. They thought that gay people, homosexuals, was psychotic. We was crazy, and they wanted to cure us. And what about Harvey Milk? He was the first openly gay person elected to public office, winning a seat on the San Francisco City Council Board. But he was murdered by Dan Weil, a fellow City Council Board member, just for being himself. What about Magnus Hirschfeld? He created the first gender identity clinic. Audre Lorde described herself as a black lesbian, mother, warrior, poet. What about Christine Jorgensen? She transitioned in the public eye. All of these people helped to put the community on their backs and fight for us. And yes, we are farther than we have been, but we're still not out the woods yet. We are still fighting for our lives. Trans community are still fighting for their lives. Black trans women matter. Black gay men matter. Black lesbians matter. Black bisexual individuals, pansexuals matter. Gender nonconformists matter. Queers matter. We matter. And until we believe that, and we're not killed for our existence, we're still not being walked after, we're still not being looked at as disgusting, that's when real change occurs. When we stop looking at the person and look at the hearts. Because we are beautiful. We are worthy. And we will still be here. And we will still fight. This is a win, absolutely, for discrimination. But that means we still have more fighting to do for more equality, for trans rights, for trans health. Because we won't be discriminated against, but we can still be discriminated against for health care. To get our meds, to get this, to get that. So, again, we're close, but we're not out the woods. So happy Pride Month. And let's keep on fighting for our community. Let's keep on fighting for our people. Let's keep on fighting for our allies. Thank y'all for listening to Kimmy with T's channel. Again, happy Pride Month. Be happy about who you are. Let your happiness shine so bright. It doesn't matter what the next person says or does. Let your happiness be so bright that you really feel it. And you're really just so content with who you are. And how beautiful you are as a person. And how just magnificent you are. And the powers that be. And how powerful you are. You are powerful. Just keep on believing that. Thank you for listening to episode 49. Please just listen to it. Listen to this podcast. Listen to this episode. Support it as much as you can. Post it on your pages. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Laters. I want to thank Laverne Cox, MJ Rodriguez, India Moore, Billy Porter, Todrick Hall, Ellen DeGeneres for helping to push our community forward, but especially our trans sisters who's in these courtrooms, who's at these age walks, who's really fighting the fight. And especially for our pose actors and actresses who are really just showing up and showing out every day to have our community displayed in such a beautiful way. It's very telling and it's very special and it's not unnoticed and it's not unseen. And Laverne Cox, who's just always in a courtroom and just always making sure that trans lives matter. And that she's really behind that and just showing up and showing out. It really means a lot.